Mizoram Legislative Assembly began its 7th session of the 9th Assembly on Tuesday, the 25th of August at 10:30 in the morning, under Speaker Pulal Biagzama. The House first paid tribute to former Education Minister Pu F. Malsoma, who passed away on July 3rd. Members observed a minute of silence before taking up questions and government business. A total of 295 starred and 73 unstarred questions were submitted for the session. Among the bill introduced was the Mizoram Water Information and Governance Bill 2026. The Assembly also unanimously passed the Mizoram Regulation of Fireworks Bill 2026 introduced by Home Minister Puke Sapdanga. The law will regulate the manufacture, sale, possession and use of fireworks and set penalties for violations. The government said the law is aimed at protecting public health and the environment and bringing Mizoram in line with directions from the Supreme Court and National Green Tribunal. The House also witnessed a debate over smart electricity meters. Istuipuy MLA Puram Tanmoy said some consumers had seen their bills rise sharply after smart meters were installed. Chief Minister Pulal Duoma said technical problems or faulty old meters could have caused some differences and asked consumers to report complaints for investigation. He also said the ZPM government would not increase electricity tariffs during its current term. Varengte Police and the CID have seized around 5 kilograms of methamphetamine and arrested a 39-year-old man. The seizure took place on Tuesday, the 25th of August, after police stopped a scooter at around 4 p.m. following information about suspected drug movement. The scooter was traveling from North Timluang towards Baga in Assam. Police found the drugs hidden underneath the seat. The accused, identified as Isaka of Zalen, Veng Varengte, was arrested and booked under the NDNPS Act. Police estimate the seized drug to be worth around Rs 4 crore in the local market. The Colisi Forest Division has declared September 2026 a zero-tolerance month against violations of forest and wildlife protection laws. Divisional Forest Officer Pupi Sila Chanpuya said illegal timber cutting, sawing, and smuggling remain concerns in the district, along with illegal hunting and the sale of wildlife and wildlife parts. Officials said violators were sometimes given leniency because of their financial difficulties, but this had also encouraged repeated offenses. The Forest Department has now warned that during September, anyone found breaking forest or wildlife laws will face action according to law, without special leniency. The move is aimed at strengthening the protection of Mizoram's forest and wildlife. Education Minister Dr. Vanlil Khana has told the Assembly that the government is considering provincializing more schools. The government has already provincialized 51 schools, in addition to earlier batches. The minister said the criteria for provincialization are being reviewed. Existing rules for schools other than higher secondary schools are based on standards framed in 1994, including minimum student numbers, and that now number of schools within its radius would also be considered. The government is also considering whether schools with very low enrollment could be brought under government control. The issue comes after several schools recently demanded inclusion under higher government support categories. Aizawl Traffic Police conducted a special drive across the city from 9 p.m. on Tuesday until the earlier hours of Wednesday, catching 35 traffic violators. Among them, 14 were driving without licenses and 9 were booked for using noisy silencers. Other violations included driving in the wrong direction, not wearing proper helmets, carrying extra passengers, driving under the influence of drugs, and using unregistered vehicles. Police have urged motorists to follow traffic rules and asked the public to report violations to the Traffic Control Room. The department said similar special drives will continue across Aizawl. Mizoram has received 3,875 cancer screening test kits free of cost from the United States for use at the Mizoram State Cancer Institute in Zemabog. The kits include tests for liver, colorectal, and prostate cancers. The donation includes 975 alpha-fetoprotein kits, 950 carcineobryonic antigen kits, 975 fecal occult blood test kits, and 975 prostate-specific antigen kits. Governor General Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh helped facilitate the donation through his contacts in the United States. The governor said early detection and proper treatment are especially important as Mizoram continues to face a serious cancer burden. The Mizoram government has reviewed 5 major infrastructure projects under its MI Pragati monitoring system. The projects include the Tenzol Pvt Master Plan, Thingsul Khya Conference Center, Mizo Fiber Grid Network, Mineco Integrated Office Complex, and the Pugzing to Silsuri Road. The proposed Tenzol Pvt will cover around 85 square kilometers and include 6 village councils. Early plans include better waste management, improvements around Dilpui, a new Sunday market, and flood protection. The Pugzing to Silsuri Road, which is expected to improve connectivity towards Bangladesh, is currently around 8.38% complete, with completion targeted for January 2028. Officials said heavy monsoon rain has slowed several projects. Mizoram farmers growing Behyang or pigeon pea, sesame, and sunflower are being offered assured prices under the government's price support scheme. Agriculture Minister Pupisi Vanilrada told the assembly that buyers have been arranged at district level and seeds are being distributed free of cost. The support price is Rs 48.20 per kilogram for pigeon pea, Rs 103.46 for sesame, and Rs 83.43 for sunflower. More than 3,000 families are cultivating these crops and other crops across around 2,838 hectares under the government's agricultural programs. The scheme aims to give farmers a more reliable market and reduce the risk of having to sell their produce at very low prices. The Lunglei District Water and Sanitation Mission is planning wider measures to improve drinking water supply and waste management in rural areas. Officials discussed protecting water sources, planting trees around catchment areas, and improving maintenance of rural drinking water systems. Under the new Solid Waste Management Rules 2026, the district is also planning better management of grey water and wet waste. A proposal includes grey water management units in 64 schools and 5 PHCs across 38 villages, along with composting facilities in 71 schools and 5 PHCs across 48 villages. The proposal will now be submitted to the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Mission Director. Farmers in Sialhog and Kozol district are seeing strong demand for their pineapple harvest. Around 250 families in the village cultivate pineapple and around 8,000 quintals have already been sold this season. MIFCO is purchasing the produce at around Rs 18 per kilogram at its Tsingtip facility, while traders are buying directly from farms at around Rs 15 per kilogram. The strong market is providing an important source of income for rural families and highlighting the growing value of locally produced crops in Mizoram. Mizoram Premier League Season 13 began at Mualpui Rajiv Gandhi Stadium on Tuesday, with defending champions Tanmari FC making a strong start by beating Kanan FC by 5-1. 8 clubs are competing this season, with the top 4 advancing to the semi-finals. Yesterday, Ramtharveng FC faced MLS Longklai and ended with a draw. Tonight, Mizoram Police FC take on Dinthar FC at 3 p.m., followed by Saikamokon FC versus Aizol FC at 7 p.m. All matches are being streamed live on Zonet's YouTube channel. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching.